Cyberspace. I am betting that Twitch does not have the category for this. Let me just try to just change the stream info. Lords of Cyberspace. Wasn't too much waiting with that compared to some of the others. Lords of Cyberspace. This one is different category. We're doing Lords of Cyberspace, which is definitely not the category. So we're going to do retro. Retro. It's roguelike, I guess. Well, I don't know. RPG. Whatever. I'm gonna forget the tags for now and just get this thing going. Lords of Cyberspace. Do I have it running already? No, I don't, because my connection was lost a bit ago. I had it running, and then I had to reconnect. Then it disconnected, so I have to reconnect now. So this is just going to take one more part of a minute. On that password. Lords of Cyberspace. Welcome to Lords of Cyberspace, version 3.0. This is originally a BBS-based MMO that you would like dial into the BBS with your modem and connect directly and play with other people or by yourself, where you are a hacker with a VR hacking setup on your cyber deck that you jack into the internet with or jack into cyberspace with and go hack systems and steal documents and destroy software, do criminal missions, and eventually to get money and rank and upgrade your hardware and eventually show that you are the cyber master or cyber lord or whatever it is by entering Valhalla and destroying the divine document. And I've never beat this game, but that is what the instructions say that the end game is, so whatever. Also, there's a bunch of like crazy weird systems out. There's like an alien system that appears in the frontier at random places. Although I haven't seen it since I started playing this again, but I had seen it when I had played the game before. There's rogue programs from unknown systems running around. Bunch of stuff. So I'm just going to jack in. This is my cyber deck in Seattle. Look at the city. I am kind of on the right side-ish in the middle. I'm going to run a shield program, and I'm going to run a radar program. I recently was trying to get into Microsoft, and it beat the crud out of all of my shields. My shields were like strength 15 and 14, and now I'm down to like strength 3 shields. So I can't do very much tough stuff right now. But throughout here, we have all different types of systems, and there's a guide to show what they all are. This thing that I'm next to up here, can you see my mouse cursor? Yeah, here we are. Is a BBS. When you're first starting, these are just open systems. When you're first starting, I just ran around and oh, there's actually a thing that's worth some money here. You can pick up some programs from the BBS to use. So it has lots of programs with no value and low strength that you can use, and occasionally something that is a little bit better, just to get you kind of a boost on your way. These are shops here. You can cashier programs run these. They need your bank account password, your in-game bank account password, obviously, to let you in. So I'm gonna paste that in here. And I would buy or sell stuff here on stream, but it actually displays your account password when you do that. There's empty memory that you can move stuff into, and memory with some programs up to strength 9, which gives you stuff to get through some of the early, like level 1 through 3, maybe 4, level 1 through 3 systems pretty easily with up to strength 9 programs. Above that, it starts getting a little harder, but it's doable. And the other kind of utilitarian system that isn't related to like guilds or, well, they call guilds gangs in this game, is the criminal system, which has fence programs which will buy stolen documents from you and offer you criminal missions. Like here, my mission is to go to Buenos Aires and crash the Argent BBS. It's not worth very much, but let's just go and do that anyway. Here's the world map. I'm in Seattle. Buenos Aires is down there. So we can move from grid to grid. Here's San Francisco. We can do up to 3 net moves. And here's the outside of a city, the frontier. But I can only move 3, and then it says, I'm trying to walk too far. Go find an internet long distance link. Which is this thing. Probe East. Internet phone link security 2. So I want to go at level 10, up to level 10, you can only go 3 jumps on the internet phone link. So I'm just going to go 1 jump to the east. I'm going to legally try to go through instead of crashing through, which is a partially de-reses you, so you can get knocked off the internet when you run out of res, and also has a chance, if you get caught, then by the Cyberspace Law Enforcement Division, then all sorts of bad things can happen. From finding you a fair amount of money, or sending RoboCops, which are the in-game, the in cyberspace police that go after you. Here's Atlanta. Panama City. And there are all sorts of other special systems. And Havana over here. Or if you're really unlucky, they can send the meat cops after you, and then you better like abandon your flat and run, because then really bad stuff can happen to you. Although to be fair, RoboCops can be pretty bad to you too, because they can fry your hardware, fry your brain. Because you're connected through electrodes like in your neck, like sort of like in the Matrix in this. So really nasty intrusion countermeasure programs and hydras with nasty equipment can actually do things that physically injure you. All right, so I'm here. The mission I have is to crash Argent. Bro, that's Copacabana, Center Media, Brazil. Oh wait, I'm in Rio. Where was I supposed to go? Buenos Aires. Oh, I went too far. Rubicon BBS, Good Air BBS. Oop, that's Banana Boat BBS. And Argent. I'll just check to see if there's anything here that I want. That armor is worth a little bit of money. I'll take that and sell it. Now to crash a system, you have to crash all the CPUs. BBSs only have 1 CPU, so that's easy enough to do. I'll just crash it. Run a crash program on it. My CPUs are speed 12, so the crash program doesn't take a super long time to run. A lot of my programs only take 3 seconds to run because that's the minimum, it seems like. And the faster your CPUs go, it seems like each speed deducts 1 second from the runtime until it gets down to 3 seconds, and then it stops getting better. Crash stops, mission accomplished, you scored 21 points. Crash has a chance of failure based on how fast the target CPU is, but BBSs have really lousy CPUs, so that's easy enough. And after a little bit, the BBS will pop back up, because I only crashed it. I didn't destroy the CPU, which you can do with the torpedo program. There's a pretty good program list of all these different programs, which I think all of them technically you can run. Some of them it's not really practical for you to run, except on if another player was trying to attack your cyber deck. I don't really have much of defense on my cyber deck at all. I've kind of set up the layout to slow someone down, because that's something you can do, is you actually can edit your own cyber deck layout. You can add walls and gates where you want them and move your processors and memory around. Go to Moscow and invade Lova Hydrolysis level 7. So I have not ever tried to do anything with and steal a document. I have not tried to do anything with a level 7 system, and right now with my shields all beat up, that seemed like a bad thing for me to attempt. I'm actually just going to head back. Try to jack out again. Your jacking out can fail sometimes unless you're back in your own cyber deck. Let's look at the design here real quick. Yeah, like this is my deck layout. The diamonds are all my memory units, and the alpha infinity symbols are my CPUs. I was actually thinking of buying one more CPU, but what I really want to do is buy. Oh, you can also sorry, you can also rename your cyber deck here and set your gate passwords and move all you. Yeah, like I said, you can adjust all your walls. In fact, I'll make a little adjustment now. I'll remove the gate at 24 and move it over to 19.4, and same with the wall that it was next to. 21.4 to 24. And then I'm going to put one of those memory units there. Move memory unit L over to, where do I want it? 21.4. Then I want to replace a couple gates with the walls over there too. 21.3 and 21.5. I'm going to replace those with wall sections. 3, 21.5, and then add gates back in above and below that. 21.2, and whoops. What was I doing? Adding gates. 21.6, as well as 23 and 25. All done. So in this, I also have my. So when you jack in and ask you if you want to do an internet or street connection, if you go around the street, then you have to pay by the minute in advance. If you're using the internet in your flat that you're renting, then it's just your flat weekly rate, which is like $25 or it's $25 a day or $25 a week. And then on top of that, you have to be paying for your actual, your rent for your flat, which is $250 a week. But you also have a job and you get income for that based on your rank. And at rank 10, I'm making $500 a week and my rent is $250. So that's not bad. When you start the game, you start with making like $100 a week and your rent is still $250 a week. So you cannot, with a full-time job, you absolutely cannot pay for basic rent. And so which is pretty realistic in Seattle, but yeah, so you have to start stealing stuff. Where am I? All right, run my shield for whatever it's worth and run my radar. So let's go look at a level 1 system. Also, if you're wondering about that big 3x3 block down here, that's Microsoft. That's a big block of level 5 systems in theory. In practice, I've tried to recently break in over here. Actually, it's still. I'm just gonna peek in here a little bit, looking at it here. Like I've dug through some of the walls and checked out some of the memory and other stuff that's in there. And I'm gonna jack out so that stuff doesn't chase me. But it has at least strength 20 eye intrusion countermeasure programs in there. Some lower strength stuff too, but it's way stronger than a normal strength 5 system. And the layout makes it hard to really do anything to it. Like I tried for quite a while to take out one of its fire bolts and was not able to, but other parts of it I was able to get through. But I also didn't find anything I also couldn't take out its CPUs, and I couldn't find anything in the memory that I could access that was interesting, really, except for just ICE programs. So, but I haven't been able to get to that center system yet, which is probably where the interesting stuff is. You can only get there if you go through the top or bottom by looking at the layout, because the rest is all blocked off by memory, which I don't think that I have a way to remove. The only way I can think of that would be possible to get rid of memory is maybe by getting a fence program, which theoretically can destroy memory. But I think it only can destroy memory by targeting a player that has memory. So I don't actually think it's possible to get through that way. So yeah, that's one of the special systems. But let's look at a regular, boring old level 1 system. KCTS Channel 9. The systems have walls here. These are strength 2 walls, and gates here, which are strength 2 gates. You have your gate crash program that can open up gates. Sometimes gate crash will also give you the gate password, and then you can just enter the password to go through. And you can also sometimes find the passwords for the gates in the memory of the system, and then you can just run through them without needing to enter the password manually, which is nice. This is a level 1 system, so the CPUs are below speed 6, so the programs only move 1 space per second, which makes them really easy to avoid. Level 4 systems and higher all have CPUs that are speed 6 or higher, so their programs all move 2 spaces per second. And not just like 1 space every half second, just every second they jump 2 spaces, which makes them a lot more annoying to avoid. So yeah, you can gate crash through gates. You can also bulldozer through walls. And bulldozers normally run slower. The bulldozer is a slower program than gate crash, but has the advantage of being able to go through walls. And having the faster CPUs that I do, it goes the same speed anyway. Some systems have Mason programs that they can run that will go and fix up those walls after you open them, but I haven't seen anything that will close a gate. The big problem with gates is that when you go through them, they're shut. So now I'm stuck in here. So I'd have to gate crash my way back out, or I'd have to go out through the bulldozer. So Blob is an interesting program. It takes a long time to run, but it actually slows down all of the programs on the system, so they only move every so often. It takes it a while to get going, though. I still have 6 more seconds before it'll kick in. 3, 4, 5, 6. And now the programs look frozen. They're not completely frozen. They can still move occasionally. Like that S just moved. But I also have a glue gun running, and if I run into something with a glue gun and my glue gun's attack roll is high enough, it'll freeze it in place for a while. So now all of that stuff is frozen. Then I can go and look around, memory. Oh, that actually has the gate code. There's a bunch of useless documents. I'm just going to erase those for a point apiece. There's a locked document that I can run my unlocker program to try and get into. Or one of my 3 unlocker programs, because I have a bunch. Oh, actually, those are empty. I'm going to try to torpedo. Instead of crashing this CPU, I'm going to try to torpedo it so it's destroyed. Each CPU can run 1 program. That's why the system has 2 CPUs and 2 programs. One of the CPUs right now has my blob on it. So I can destroy one of the things, and then one of these programs will stop running, and I'll be able to take it. I can't take a program out of memory if it's currently running. So the Guardian, the system reran the Guardian, but the Surge is no longer running. I'm going to zip it up so it doesn't take as much memory and store it. Erase this useless document. Wait for the Guardian to come up, and then I'm going to send a Knight after it. Knight programs are your primary way of attacking, or at least my primary way of attacking other programs. They'll run up to them and try to damage or destroy them, and if they at least damage them, they'll also knock them offline, and they have to be rerun by the system. Stop my blob now. The other thing, remote way I have of attacking programs is with an addle, which is I don't use them very much because if an addle fails, it has a chance of actually lowering its own strength. But what addles do is they target a program and they crash that program's CPU, which is pretty cool because then it can't run anything with that CPU for a little while. If you're trying to crash a system, that gets you partway to crashing it, and if you're just trying to get into a system, that gives you a lot more breathing space when it has less things running. I'm just going to torpedo this other CPU because I think I get points if I actually destroy a system entirely anyway. So I'm just going to do that. Get rid of this thing. I don't think it's very many points. This is just a level 1 system. Torpedoes are slow. Yeah, I'm saving up for, yeah, I got 6 points. And I need 483 more points to reach the next rank. Most of my points come from defeating programs in combat and sometimes stealing. And if I find a big pile of documents, selling those is also worth quite a bit. Oh, my shield and radar aren't running. Whoops, that's scary. If something hits me with no shields, then it just does whatever it's going to do to me. And some of the things are not so bad, and some of the things are very bad. Guardians, which is what you mostly see in low-level systems, they just knock you off the internet and you can come right back. Hunters crash all your CPUs, which still isn't so bad. You just have to wait, a minute or two, and then your CPUs restart and you can come back in. But from there, things get nastier and start either bodily hurting, like causing you to lose health, which is expensive to get treated by a doctor, or you regain like 1 health per day, or drain your brain, like cause brain damage, which equates to losing score in this. What other nasty things? They can lock you into the net, which is kind of bad, depending if there's other stuff to beat up on you around. Can destroy your programs, destroy your memory. Just a nice variety of bad things that can be done to you. But let's go look at a different city here. Let's go look at. Nope. There we go. Don't want to be in any of those systems. Let's go look at wherever this is. Montreal, right. So this is kind of a strange layout of systems, and it doesn't let bonk. You can't seem to get in. What is this? Santa's Wares is the Santa's Workshop. The rest of these are all Santa's Workshop of different levels, starting at level 2, I think. Yeah, level 2, Santa's Workshop, level 3, level 4, level 5. So you have this, we have the Christmas tree. 3 CPUs here. And they're probably all running something, so I suspect, oh no, one thing was just slow to res in. I thought that it was probably running something cloaked, but if it was, then my radar probably would have detected it. Okay, I think I glued the punter in place. Barrier, west. Aha. Oh wait, that's right, they can go through the gates they can go through. I'm gonna bulldoze my way through here to... I actually haven't been here since I got a blob, so this will be handy. Easier than the last bunch of times that I've done this. Some programs like Bulldozer require you to stay put until the program finishes. Bulldozer, Unlocker, Gate Crash, Mole, Mole is like a bulldozer, except it takes a lot longer to run, but it always succeeds unless the wall is strength 100 or some other ridiculous... I think it's 100, which is a ridiculous number. But that's just for unbreakable walls, basically. Go see what's in these memories. We got Elf Slave List. Hello, the good Jared. Punter is running, so I can't do anything to it. We got this probe program I can steal. Surge, thank you for the follow. And we have the reindeer list. Our business tier things. Ooh, whoops, that was unlucky. The punter unfroze just when I was about to try and glue gun it in place again. And yeah, so all that's left are these ICE programs that I can now take out easily because I've got a blob running on the CPU, on one of the CPUs. Or instead of taking them out, I could try to torpedo these CPUs, but I don't think they're all that valuable. They're not. It's probably not worth the effort. I'm just gonna take them out with the other things I've got. So my other My other way of attacking programs is to attack them directly with cobras, which damages them. I guess for direct attacks I have cobras, phasers, and glue gun. Cobras just directly attack their strength and reduce it until they're destroyed. That's kind of nicer than knights in some ways because the knight will knock them out and then they have to respawn, and then if they're bend glue gun, then they are unstuck, or it might send a different program at you if they have more programs available. Whereas a cobra will just knock its strength down, and each time you attack it, keep knocking its strength down if its attack roll beats their strength, and then eventually destroy it. And I don't need a blob running here either. Second system, same as the first basically. Oh, except this one's apparently faster because things are moving two steps at once. I tried to glue gun it, but then I remembered that I didn't have my glue gun running, so it did not work. Some programs will chase you out of the system that they come from, except here. I think they get confused in Santa's workshop because the layout is weird. Oh, no, here comes a brain drain. Guardians will not chase you. Certain programs won't chase you, like Guardians. Certain programs also won't run until you get towards the middle of a system, like Firebolts and Ice Bolts. Whoa, handcuff. Shield destroyed. Let's run another shield. Yeah, my shields are all severely weakened for my attack on Microsoft. Shield destroyed again. But I do have multiple shields. I should really have bulldozed the top of that tree down. I would like to take some of these ice programs, but I'm having trouble getting a good shot at. Well, let's just run through all these systems because I actually haven't done that. Oh, I have to bulldoze to the west. That's why. I have actually gone through here, I think. Let's go back before I get clobbered. Yeah, I need to get my level 14 and 15 shields back, I think, before I really make a run at that again. To try and get any deeper than the first or second room. Although I could have cleared the second room with knights, but didn't feel like it. Santa has a chainsaw in there, which is worth a fair amount of money. It's like a $500 chainsaw, I think. Chainsaw program, which is for attacking other players. So there's a lot of PvP stuff in this game, but no other players right now, so not really anything. So what brings you to the stream, the good Jared? What am I doing? I was thinking of making a note that I should make sure I get more shields. I think the system that there's a bunch of level 5 systems that are software companies that have a special memory walled off in the middle that, or sometimes gated off, that have level 14 and 15 versions of a specific program. I think I've taken the shield one since they reset last though, so I don't think I can. Well, I still have at least a strength 2 shield. Some other stuff in here. It's like you can upgrade your CPU's both speed and the number that you have. I'm kind of saving up until I can get like speed 40 CPUs, which should be crazy fast enough for anything that I can run that I know of to run in 3 seconds. Which that's going to take me a while to purchase. All your CPUs have to run at the same speed. So if you buy a different speed, then you have to trade in all your existing CPUs. And the cost per CPU is $200 times the speed. So it adds up quite a bit once you have several CPUs. You can get more memory chips, which is useful for carrying around more software and for stealing more things at once. Strengthen your walls and gates, which doesn't really matter unless there are other players around. And there's the backup chip, so you can store software outside of your deck. So if things are attacking your deck, you have some software in backup that's safe. You can also get your own personal long-distance phone link-up thing, but it also has a daily fee, so I haven't bothered to do that. And I'm just using the public ones, or sometimes I'll find a system that has one inside of it that I can break into the system and use for free, which is convenient. Shield and radar. I might do this a bit next stream, or I might just do Uplink as the next actual game that I'll play. I'm not sure if I play all the way through Uplink either. but I'm just gonna look for. I did run Field and Get. Look for one of those level 5 systems. Must be this one because everything else here is Microsoft. Yeah, Ocean PC. Like all the level 5 systems that have special software have a layout like this with the box in them, with the like those, and also pretty much all the same intrusion countermeasure programs. I'm not actually going to attack that because I have no reason to. But whereas most systems just kind of have a random looking layout, like the one in, well, like that one. Oop, like Bryant Motors. There are a bunch of other weird systems around, like Area 51 that I hit earlier today. Their web server had a ton of documents in it. There's a. Where do I want to? Let's go to Minneapolis, actually. I can just walk there. Somewhere there's the. And somewhere there's somewhere supposedly in the frontier, the alien system full of unknown weird programs that are they weird AI programs? Are they alien software that has entered our internet somehow? I don't know. But I actually haven't found that since I started up this account on this server, so I don't know if it's not here or if I just haven't come across it yet. I've kind of looked around for it. There are other weird rogue systems scattered around. There's a level 7 hell system, which is full of Satan hydras, which is incredibly powerful and hard to deal with. I've kind of poked my head in briefly, and that was how I lost my first whole set of like level 14 and 15 shields. Was trying to figure out what was going on there. It has level 100 walls, and you can only like have a 1 in 3 chance of running into one of the entrances that leads to a gate. So it's fairly obnoxious. What was I doing? Oh, right, I was looking for Muinet. Or the record store. So there's Muinet. This is the, double check my software running. Let's run a muffler too. Muffler is like a cloak that only works on software. Run right into that. But apparently that Guardian is too high of a strength for it to work on. Oh right, I'm not running a glue gun either. Stop muffler, because it's not working. And we'll try and take out this Hydra. Damaged it. That's good. Didn't damage it very much though, because I only got 1 point. Damaged that other one, got 9 points. That one, I beat the crud out of one of those. And the other one is not that badly hurt. Let's make some more holes in this thing. Gate east. I don't really want to rely on going through that gate though to put a blob or anything down in there because so those S's, Satan's and Soldiers both are an S and they can go through walls. Surge is also an S and can't go through walls, but in general, if I see an S, I'm going to assume it's probably going to come through the walls at me. We're making some progress here, getting some holes. Gotta move away. Here east. Oh, lost my shield. Out of shields. Run some armor at least. And then hopefully. So shields will always seem to work. Just if they don't roll high enough, they lose strength and can get destroyed if their strength goes to 0 or less. Armor, I think, does not always work, but will reduce damage dealt by things like chainsaw. Oh, here it comes. Even if they fail. I don't think armor loses strength when it fails, but I'm not positive, and there are bad things that can happen to me that aren't damage, so I don't really want to rely on the armor's effectiveness. Really, if I wasn't streaming, I would just run away now. I don't know what would happen with those guardians. I assume that they would. Let's just start up a glue gun and hope for the best. Ah! Okay, the armor blocked everything. And it looks like I glued that in place, too. Oh, nope, Guardian kicked me out. Guardian severs your net connection. Jack back in, though, because Guardians can't really hurt me. They just are annoying. As long as I don't have to go through a long distance leak to reach wherever I was, it's not really that big a deal. I'm just knocked out by a Guardian. I could probably poke through a store, couple stores to find a couple more shields. Actually, I probably have some shields in a backup ship somewhere. But let's keep whittling down on here. I want to get a blob going, because then this system will be mine. Oop, there's a firebolt running. Unless this system has knights, but it didn't launch any at my barrier, so I'm assuming it probably does not. Doesn't seem like it has masons either, or expected to be fixing stuff. CPUs. Flip around, come back here. Bonk, ran into firebolt. Oh, I guess oh right, I didn't restart my glue gun. Come here. Glue gums up, Satan. But not that one. The glue gun can only be used every 3 seconds. Basically, when it fires off and it has to rerun again. Yeah, stupid things going through walls. I don't want to destroy these ice programs because the ice programs here I think are worth a fair amount of money, and the more programs that are still running, that means without being well, the fewer programs I destroy, the more that'll still be stuck in memory, not having run yet, and the more I can swipe and then sell. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Just have this firebolt. Which isn't moving. Oh, there it goes. There, everything is glued down for the moment. So let's bulldozer our way into the memory. I could also start torpedoing these. Oh, come on, get in there. See how fast these. Yeah, they're speed 20 CPU, so I probably would have trouble torpedoing those. Strongest torpedoes I found are strength 15. Yeah, we got a Guardian. Oops. Oh, even packed, it's size 2. We'll zip a couple of those up. Oop. Memory 9. And keep. Oh, something's moving. Oh, great. Now I've stuck myself in a weird place. Those other ice programs are probably going to start moving soon too, but let's dig our way back over there. I don't want to go through the gates because then I have to go back out through the gates, which means I have to gate crash them again. Unless I find the. There's a lightning bolt here. Let's move that out. I guess while I'm waiting for the ice to get somewhere more convenient, I can try to gate crash some gates and hope for the best. It's possible that I can get the gate key. These are strength 10 gates. I don't know like how likely it is, but I'm pretty sure I've got them from strength 10 gates before. With my strength 15 gate crashes. What's the luck so far? Okay, come here, big F. Come down one. I need to stand in a place where it won't get adjacent to me. There we go, in one move, because if it gets adjacent to me, then it can attack me immediately in that same move. It does not require that it stand adjacent to me or be able to move onto my space to hit me. Come on. Come on. Whoa, no, I do not want that to stupid Windows thing. Yeah, whatever this thing must have a higher strength than the other ones. I'm still running my glue gun, it's just not working. Oh, it stopped? That was weird. Got a lobotomy program. There's a whole bunch of documents here. They're all locked, so I'm going to worry about those later. Same bunch of documents there. That's one of the hydras that's running. That's another hydra that's running. It would sure be nice to get those hydras. Those things are worth a bit. Now, one thing I don't think they can do is I don't think they can move through memory. So I'm not so confident about that I want to risk it. I don't think I successfully glued that firebolt. I did not. But we have access to all the memory now. I just need to, I just want to check for a couple more ice programs and then I'll beat up all of these. Oh, I might want to bulldoze through one more chunk there on the right just to make sure that, just to get there from that side would be a little bit safer while I have all these guys over here. Whee! I have a net speed program that'll let me make multiple moves at once, but just as fast to hold down the button. Okay, yeah, that's everything that's still here. Yikes. Is basically all the big old hydras. Oh, my knight can't path to the F because the S is in the way, but it will. Let's send out one of my other knight programs. Whoop. Okay, firebolt blocked by armor. The system keeps flopping its firebolts down right next to me. They just appear in a random spot, and you have the amount of time it takes for them to boot up before they. I just still didn't destroy it, just damaged it again. Get moving. This will finish it off. Go get them, things. Yeah, once you get your blob running on something, if the system doesn't have a way to attack the blob, which apparently this one doesn't have any knights or addles, then it's mostly not too hard to avoid getting beat up on by the ice programs. So these S programs are hydras, which is why I haven't said exactly what they do, and that's because it depends. Hydras are programs that you can configure with by running different programs inside them. Like it can run all of this, basically all the same attack and like melee attack and defense programs that I can be put into these hydras. Which I probably should have pointed that out when I was looking at them in memory because it had the name of the hydra and then it had the list of programs that it runs. Let's just go around the other side. I really want to take these out before I try unlocking all those documents. There's a button. And actually, when I've been here before, I was not able to unlock the mystery.doc documents. I think they might be higher level, a higher lock level than my unlocker can manage. Although I do have a somewhat stronger unlocker now because I found a system that has level 15 unlockers. Before I had a level 11 unlocker, I think. Get him, knights. Got him. Stop the blob. Or now we can start unlocking. So I can't really do anything with a thing in memory until it's unlocked. Can't move it, can't erase it. Now let's try to unlock this last one a few times at least. Move all these other documents. Well, top secret documents, so they're worth a good amount of points and money. Like you might have seen the $ amounts for some of the programs that I collected go by, but that's actually the cost if you're going to buy them. You sell them for half, so they're not worth quite as much as they look. But there's still a bunch of them worth, a few hundred to. Ooh, I succeeded. Anything to read off that? Nope, looks like some notes from top secret meeting. Still, apparently I can unlock that now, so that's nice. There we go, succeeded unlocking it. For just a couple of tries. I was running it on 8, 1, 2, 8, 3, 4, etc. Okay, now all of my unlock programs. So I've got 3 CPUs that aren't running anything, so I'm running, and I have 3 copies of like the level 15 unlock program. Nope, move 1 to 11. Move 1 to 9, I guess. Oops. Backtick. Move number backtick. No, that doesn't work. I cannot move number backtick. And that's it. We have raided this system completely. We'll go to the fence and sell all these documents. All docs fenced for 2462, and you scored 58 points. Mission is to go to Hong Kong and destroy a dock in Lenlan Aquarium, level 1. That's easy, but also a little far, and not that far. I just need to make one long distance jump of about 3, but it's not really that much value in that. So I'm just gonna call this the end of the stream now, because it's after 8. Next time, maybe we will sing our new XCOM song that I wrote, and play a little bit of XCOM. But I think the next main game is probably going to be, let's see. Oh, you're getting sleepy, CL101? I'm not getting too sleepy yet, but it is about time to end the stream. So let's go ahead and find someone to raid. But yes, this Thursday is going to be the last Thursday stream because I'm not going to be able to keep up with that going forward with all the other stuff that's going on my Thursdays once I'm also working again on Thursdays. And yeah, so Thursday is probably going to start Uplink with it, which is Introversion's classic cyberpunky hacking game. Maybe throw a little bit of Lords of Cyberspace in here and there. And we'll still have XCOM running on the background. Maybe we'll do a tactical mission or two. One of the point rewards things you can do is you can spend storage crystals to speed up time on the geoscape to make things happen. So we see one UFO, but it just got obliterated, so no ground mission for that. You can also claim soldiers, and we can name them after you, so that's another thing that we can do. That's not automatic. I have to do that manually. That's a thing that might become automatic in the future, but probably not. Let's see. Who is doing stuff? It says Battletoads, but it looks like Crystallis, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Rune of Eternity, no idea what that is. We got Synstream doing ActRaiser some more. Sure, let's just go to Synstream. Great Synstream. So yeah, have a good night, everybody, and see anybody on Thursday who wants to see some Uplink, Lords of Cyberspace, or XCOM, depending on exactly how that all works out. Whee!